It's all going to come down to what happens right here on the entry into turn 3.
Don't do it. Keep an eye on Larson.
Off turn 4, Bell edges ahead and wins 3 in a row.
The Phoenix race almost ended in complete chaos as Christopher Bell was just a few laps away from a very easy victory at Phoenix Raceway when his teammate Ty Gibbs was cautioned due to a brake issue. This set up a 2-lap sprint to the checkered flag, in which Bell had to hold off Denny Hamlin, another Joe Gibbs racing teammate, in a breathtaking finish that stunned Hamlin. Kyle Larson almost got beneath both of them as they left turn 4, even touching the rear bumper of the number 20 Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota, but Bell held on just barely. In the second closest finish in Cup history at Phoenix, Hamlin finished 0.049 seconds back, while Larson finished third, 0.097 seconds behind the winner. "How about that one, race fans?" Bell said. "Oh my gosh, man. Whenever you're sitting there dreaming it up, that's about as ugly as it gets. You put the red tires on, you're like, alright, what I don't want to happen is go 20-30 laps, get a yellow. That happened. Then we went 10 more laps, had another yellow. It was all about who could clear the restart. Neither of us could. We were racing really hard there coming to the line. JGR ran 1-2, how about that?" Bell is the first next-gen driver, and the first since Larson in 2021, to win 3 straight Cup races. After falling off the front row at the Daytona 500, he came back with a vengeance, winning thrilling races in Atlanta, COTA, and Phoenix. He now has 12 career victories, matching his previous record for the most wins in a single season despite only competing in 4 races this year. Behind the leading trio at the checkered flag, the Fords of Josh Berry and Chris Buescher finished 5th. The top 10 comprised William Byron, Bowman, Kyle Busch, Zane Smith, and Chase Elliott. The race was slowed by 11 flags, including a disastrous multi-car pileup on lap 99 that forced 7 cars to retire. However, the close finish left 2 drivers out in the cold. In this situation, Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. They were the 2 drivers who failed to win Sunday's thrilling 2-lap battle to the checkered flag. This isn't the first time either driver has gotten close to victory lane but fallen short. Hamlin was leading the Daytona 500 with half a lap to go when he was wrecked, and Larson was on the losing end of a 3-wide pass when the race-ending caution came out in Atlanta. They were both motivated to deny Bell his 3rd consecutive Cup Series victory on Sunday in Phoenix, and a late race caution allowed them to do so. Hamlin had the edge entering the last corner, but Bell drove it in deep, sending both drivers up the track. It took everything Hamlin had not to slam his car into the outside wall, but he was not surprised by the outcome. "We got a good restart," Hamlin added later. "The 5 Larson really gave me a great push on the front stretch on the restart, down the back stretch. I had kind of position on the 20 Bell. I knew he was going to ship it in there. He had to use me, he could. Obviously, we just kind of ran out of racetrack there." Hamlin went on to say it was a great finish, congratulating Joe Gibbs Racing on their 1-2 victory. Denny Hamlin appeared to be in the ideal position at the right time to steal another victory, but it was not to be. Denny Hamlin has claimed that he dislikes losing, but losing to teammates is much worse. He simply wants to be the greatest driver for Joe Gibbs Racing. He didn't race Bell dirty, but he wanted that one badly. Following the checkered flag, Hamlin's team complimented him on his outstanding runner-up finish. Hamlin was not hearing it. He said a few improper things and expressed a lot of his feelings. Denny Hamlin accomplished the majority of his tasks for the day. He didn't get ahead of himself. His colleagues kept him in the race from start to finish. However, he came up short. Bell has won 3 consecutive races. Now it's his turn. There is no shame in using P2 in Phoenix. Denny is undoubtedly wondering how he gets his automobile to go that quickly. As Chris Gale and Hamlin iron out their disagreements, they will develop this season. P6 in Atlanta, P2 in Phoenix. P21 at COTA was no one's fault. Hamlin drove a broken car from lap 1 to the finish. Daytona also happened to the 11th team. Good news for Hamlin, the following 6 tracks are inside his wheelhouse: Vegas, Homestead, Martinsville, Darlington, Bristol, and Talladega. Hamlin can win on any of these tracks. It will not be easy, however. Denny Hamlin was visibly dissatisfied with the results. He expected to be able to get in there and steal the victory from Christopher Bell. It almost happened too. I admire how Bell did not put Hamlin in the wall. This was seen in the ARCA and Xfinity Series events. Bell could have done it effortlessly, but he didn't. Still, Hamlin was a little disappointed. "Yeah, great job by the Sport Clips team," Denny said in a post-race interview. "They just got better and better as it went. Pit crew did a phenomenal job to keep us in the game when we had a bad stop in the middle, and they made up for it in the end." The pit crew did a great job. Christopher Bell's group delivered an exceptional performance on the day. Denny Hamlin successfully blocked Larson at one point, allowing him to gain speed up the circuit. It wasn't nearly enough to clear Bell. "It was the first time we were able to get some clean air all day, and obviously our car was really fast," Hamlin explained. "I really kind of wanted it to stay green there, because I thought in the long run was really where we were going to be able to excel, especially on these tires. But we got a good restart. The 5 really gave me a great push on the front stretch on the restart and then down the back stretch. So I had kind of position on the 20, but I knew he was going to ship it in there, and if he had to use me, he could. Obviously, we just kind of ran out of racetrack there, but great finish and great job by the whole Joe Gibbs team to give us some fast cars." Denny Hamlin's finish was his best of the season, his second top 10 finish, and his best since second place at Richmond last year. Of course, he will wish for a little more in the future. In addition to the points he'll get for finishing second, Denny Hamlin won stage points in both Stage 1 and Stage 2. He placed 7th in the first stage and 6th in the second stage. However, Hamlin wasn't the only one who departed dissatisfied. Larson was also on the losing end of a three-way battle for the win, but as the JGR drivers raced up the track in the final lap, the door nearly opened wide enough for him to slide through. He even swiped across Bell's rear bumper at the bend exit, falling just 0.097 seconds short of victory. "I felt like that was my only hope," said Larson, who secured a great exit in case the JGR teammates collided. "Yeah, I felt like I made the correct decisions there. I don't know, I'd have to look back at it." Larson also had the option of taking the Toyota tandem 3 wide into turn 3 just before the white flag, but chose not to. Instead, he shoved Hamlin and continued to follow them to the very end. "I thought being patient to try and keep them side by side down the back was good," explained Larson. "I could have shot to the bottom, but I felt like I would have wrecked everybody there. Yeah. Just kind of gave ourselves a shot for them to maybe get into each other and us squeak by. Good to finish third." Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson fell short of the best car on the track and, reportedly, the best driver in the Cup Series right now, don't you think? So, what were your impressions about the race? Was it justified for Hamlin and Larson to be upset and frustrated after that? Let me know your opinions in the comments section below.